These are the most expensive golf clubs I've ever bought. And these are a second-hand set that I bought when I first started on eBay for about 50 quid. We're going to play a few holes and fight these off against each other and see if it's really worth the money. The P770s tailor-made, brand new, custom fit to me, and a set of Strixon I405s from 10, 15 odd years ago. We're on a par 4. I've got my driver out because what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a drive down there, tee shot, and then I'm going to hit from there both sets of irons and see who can score better overall. We're going to play 3 holes. Wow, that is nice. Right, I've come to my drive here, creamed it. I've not blocked out either. I've got the I403 Strixon, literally a set that I bought for 50 or 60, 70 quid off of eBay when I first started, and we'll see which can win. That is up by the green, and I'm very fortunate because went through those trees, but it felt nice out of the club, to be fair. Right guys, now I've got the tailor-made P770s. Right, custom fit for me, over £1,000. Yeah, so we'll see what we can do. Just get on up there as well, really. That's the aim. Match play, so. That was very snatchy, and again, sort of at the trees. Didn't learn my lesson the first time, but they're both not on the green, but up and around it. Pretty much the same outcome, guys. Short with the P770s, short pretty close with the Strixons, I think. I just didn't take enough club. Forget, it's very cold out here this morning. But now we get the pitch and wedge test, short-sided. I don't really think I can bump it on. P770s first. I've got pitch and wedge because that's all I've got in the Strixons. Really got to sort of get under it, I think, because this is the thing. If you don't have wedges, like wedges themselves, which you don't need when you first start, you've got to use pitch and wedge. You can bump and run it, or try and play it a little bit higher, which is what I'm going to do here. Just not enough. Well, it has made the green, as you might not be able to see, it's just out of frame, but it's tough to do that with a pitch and wedge. The Strixons, same thing. It feels nicer opening this face though for some reason. Feels at least more forgiving with, I don't know. Same thing, it's just popped out to the right. I haven't got a putter from an old set, so only fair I putt with a wedge from both for a par with the Strixons. Got to get it there. Got to get it there. Got a putt to win the first hole with the P770s. Not quite. 2 bogeys, guys. 2 bogeys on 1 all square. I've just made the same score with an £1,000 set than I have with a £70 set. You don't necessarily need them, guys. It really just depends. If the golfer's not good enough to make pars, the golfer's not good enough to make pars. Right, guys, par 4. Got iron off the tee here. 4 iron of the Strixons. I actually only have a 5 iron of my P770s, but I'm gonna be hitting 5 iron. But with the Strixon clubs, 4 iron, we'll see how far we can get it down there. Not the best, a little bit chunky. A little bit chunky monkey. Working on this new swing feel, guys, it feels so weird. Now I'm coming sort of all the way back, which if you've watched my other videos, you know I wasn't. Trying to compress them more as well. But now I've got the P770 5 iron. That's even worse. Such a... Well, 2 bad strikes. What we are going to see, guys, is the forgiveness of both here. Guys, let me know in the comments what clubs you're rocking at the moment. Irons specifically I'm talking about today. Let me know what your irons that you're playing. Yeah, it'd be good to know, especially, you know, you guys, if you're watching this and you're new to golf, what clubs have you got? It's interesting to see what people sort of start out with. Interestingly enough, guys, the 4 iron for the Strixon was actually probably struck better than the 5 iron, but it has come up shorter, but only by about 10 yards. We're about 150 in over the trees. I've got a 7 iron with the Strixons. That was really nice, guys. I don't know if we made the green or we're just short, because that was quite thick just on the edge of the fairway in this, like, rough now. But a great strike. Pretty much the same position, guys, but about 10 yards on with the or 5 or 6, 7 yards on with the P770s. Make it fair. I've got the same club. I'm going to use a 7 iron. Oh. Ah. That was a terrible strike, guys. I rolled backwards out of that one, so that is totally on the player. Which brings me on to my point, really, is that, yeah, that was the P770s, that was the £1,000 club. If you stop rolling back during your swing and leaning back and doing any sort of, you know, issues that you have or bad habits that happen within your swing, well, you're gonna, it doesn't matter what clubs you're using, you're gonna make mistakes and it's not gonna be how you want it to be. So, you know, if you are making these mistakes and stuff, and the score isn't that important right now, the clubs really aren't either, guys. Right, guys, so here we are, P770s under the tree. Got pitch and wedge. You can see the Shrixon right up by the green. Bump this out, get it pitching on the green, and then hopefully it spins up. That's a really nice shot, guys. I think that's about 8 feet, which is great. Huge recovery for these beauties, which, by the way, obviously I want to win because I've spent some money on these. Right, guys, bit of a test for the Shrixons here. The P770s are up quite close, and these have a nice birdie chip. Got a pitching wedge, so it's a bit of a bump and run. Just needs to stop. That has rolled on. Clean grooves, maybe. They're about a similar distance, guys. So the P770s over here are a little bit closer. Maybe that has something to do with, you know, fresh grooves and more spin, which got it to sort of hold up. But that's, you know, you can adapt to that as you're playing. But anyway, I've got this for a par here for the Shrixons. No break. But it's a gimme, isn't it, really? P770s with a putt to win it, or win the hole, with one to play after this. Yes. The thing is, P770s were one up, right? But it's just a putt with a wedge, which you're never going to do. So we were literally putting for the same thing from the same distance with both sets of clubs. So I don't know what to tell you, guys. You can sort of make your own decision based on that. And I haven't gone into sort of depth with it. I've got one more hole to play, but I haven't really gone into depth in terms of, you know, with the spin rates and using haven't used GC Quad or TrackMan or anything like that. This is purely based on just coming out on the course and sort of feeling your way around it, playing your way around it with either set of clubs, which is what you'll do as a beginner. And so really it just doesn't matter. So I've got the idea for this video because I saw Rick Shields playing with a Tour Pro, and the Tour Pro was using like a starter set and he was still like shooting under par. And I just thought it's very interesting that if you're good, you're good. It's as simple as that. And the clubs do help. Like, and this is my next point, is that I would say, although I'm, you know, making the point that it doesn't matter, if you are you know, you've been playing for a few years and you want to invest in some nice clubs, absolutely do it. And do you know what? They have really helped me lower my score, or my scores. But you know, and if you're a good player, 100% worth, you know, worth doing. And they, yeah, you'll see the benefit of having custom fit clubs. Right, same thing again, guys. Quite a long par 4, so got driver. Hopefully knock one down there somewhere and we can play from there. Lost it outright a little bit. Started left and sort of moved round. Came from the came over the top a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened, guys, but my I thought it went right. It might have hit a tree on the right and come left, but I'm on the left side. I've got a pitching wedge from both sets in to finish. So Shrixon's first. It's quite thick though. Oh mate, I've just absolutely slipped. I've absolutely slipped over. Oh, I could have cost the Shrixons there. The P770s now. Hopefully I don't slip this time. I didn't slip, guys, but I don't think it's enough club. So it's level. Not really sure how the Shrixons have ended up here. I think it's moved around the bunker or whatever, but yeah, P770s are up there. Shrixon just here. Hopefully we can bump it on. That's a very good attempt. Oh my God. Oh. Wow. Well, guys, 2 tap-ins. What can you say? Not sure whether you can see behind me there, guys, but just right at the end there, greenkeeper wanted me to get off the green. He pretty much drove behind me. He wanted to cut the green, so fine. Gave myself those 2, even though they're probably both 2 putts, but either way, would have halved the hole. Back in the car now, guys, and I know it wasn't really a scientific experiment, you know, there wasn't the stats that you might expect on TrackMan or GC Quad or whatever it is, but I just wanted to get out there and really just show that you can play with anything. If you're a good golfer, having a nice set of clubs that help the smaller parts of your game, or the more finessey parts of your game, like shaping ball flights and feel around the green, then that's brilliant, and new clubs are definitely worth it, and I am reaping the benefits of having these clubs. But then at the same time, if you're a fairly new golfer, you don't need that. As much as you think you need the flashiest clubs, and golf is such an expensive sport to get into, it can be, but it doesn't need to be. Yeah, like I say, go online, get yourself a second-hand set of clubs from Facebook Marketplace or wherever you can find some. I paid, you know, not a lot for them at all, and they've helped me massively. They got me into golf to the point where I felt like I could upgrade and wanted to spend a bit of money on some clubs. So, and if you want one of those where we look at spin rate, we look at distances, all that sort of thing, then I'm absolutely, you know, leave it in the comments. Let me know, and we can go and do that. I hope you enjoyed the video. A bit of a different one, I know, but yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.